In the theater of American politics, Florida often feels like a fever dream, and this week it outdid itself. Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey took the stage, branding Florida as the anti-riot state and issuing a chilling threat to protesters. Instead of dialogue, he promised, "If you throw bricks or firebombs or point a gun at our officers, we will notify your family where to collect your remains because we will kill you, graveyard dead. Not just dead, graveyard dead." A folksy, grim promise of state-sanctioned violence. For lesser offenses, Sheriff Ivey boasted, "If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs. Even spitting would earn you a trip to the hospital, then jail." This wasn't a sheriff losing his temper. It was a calculated performance of intimidation, broadcast for the nation. The message in Brevard County: protest could mean peril, and the line between dissent and danger is erased by those sworn to protect. The press conference was designed to go viral, to send a shockwave of fear through anyone considering joining the planned demonstrations. It presented a vision of law enforcement where the response to protest isn't crowd control, but a one-way ticket to the morgue or ER. And the most frightening part? Sheriff Ivey wasn't alone. This was a coordinated message, not a rogue outburst. In Florida, the threat to protest isn't just legal, it's existential. The chilling effect was immediate and intentional. So, what sparked this official menace? Nationwide protests under the banner "No Kings" planned for June 14th, Trump's birthday and the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary. The movement's message: no thrones, no crowns, no kings. Over 1,800 events, including peaceful gatherings in Sheriff Ivey's own county. These weren't riots, they were constitutionally protected assemblies, a basic act of democracy. But Ivey's threats painted peaceful dissent as violent chaos. The real aim? To blur the line between protest and riot, and justify a crackdown before anyone even gathered. In today's America, holding a sign can be treated like wielding a weapon. The state's willingness to frame peaceful dissent as a riot is a classic authoritarian tactic. Fear is the point, and in Florida, fear is now official policy. Sheriff Ivey wasn't alone. Florida's Attorney General James Uthmeier stood beside him, declaring, "We are not California." The message: Florida doesn't tolerate rioting. Unlike those weak states, this hardline stance is law. In 2021, Florida passed an anti-riot bill that broadens the definition of a riot and increases penalties. Peaceful protesters can be held criminally liable if a demonstration is later deemed a riot, even if they did nothing violent. The risk attending any protest is now a gamble. The press conference also linked protests to immigration, with officials vowing to use riot tactics for mass deportation. Dissent and immigration are fused into a single threat. Florida's leaders present a united front order at any cost. Rights be damned. "We are not California" isn't just a slogan, it's a warning. The price of order is the suppression of fundamental rights. The backlash to Sheriff Ivey's "graveyard dead" comment was swift. Civil liberties groups called it dangerous and un-American, warning it erodes trust and chills free speech. The ACLU of Florida condemned the remarks, and Democrats warned of a chilling effect. When the state threatens violence, everyone is afraid to protest. Imagine a police chief in Germany or Canada promising to kill protesters. The outrage would be instant. In Florida, officials applauded. The right to protest is enshrined in the Constitution, not granted by the government. When officials threaten lethal force, they attack democracy itself. The message: only silent, compliant agreement is safe. If peaceful protest is met with violence, frustration festers, and the cycle of fear grows. The threat isn't just to protesters, it's to democracy. America stands at a crossroads. Some officials claim threats like "graveyard dead" defend democracy. Others see them as steps toward authoritarianism. True safety can't exist without freedom. Intimidation isn't order, it's oppression. Anti-riot laws and violent rhetoric aren't shields, they're weapons against dissent. When peaceful protest can be reclassified as a crime, the right to assemble becomes fragile and conditional. Sheriff Ivey's language is a poison seeping into the foundations of a free society. The question is simple: is this the country we want? Once you start talking about making your citizens graveyard dead, you're in dangerous territory.